So the KAR98K is back in Modern Warfare 3, and it is only right that we test this out in zombies. So as you guys will know, the KAR98K has been a fan favorite for a very long time, and they've just added it back into Modern Warfare 3. So of course, we're jumping into zombies to try it out, fully pack-a-punch it, legendary F tool. As you can see, we've got all the good stuff we do need to actually get into the Dark Aether zone and stuff like that, to actually see what this gun is going to be like. So at the moment, looks like it might be like an upper chest one shot to the zombies, and then of course it looks like it's going to be a one shot headshot, which is exactly what you would expect. But if we hit the upper chest, as you can see, it looks like it is going to be a one shot, but it does have to be pretty upper chest to be fair. I mean, top shoulder there didn't work, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be a one shot in the tier 1 zone, of course, as you'd expect with a marksman rifle or a sniper rifle within this game. But I'm just excited to see what it's going to be like within that tier 3 zone, and maybe even the Dark Aether zone if we can get there. The one mistake I probably have made is the fact I didn't actually bring in a mags of holding schematic, which could have been pretty useful considering we are using a sniper that's only got 5 bullets in the magazine. But, you know, tier 1, we're feeling pretty comfortable. Let's just go and jump straight into the tier 2 zone, start pack-a-punching this gun and getting into zone 3 as fast as we can. So, of course, the card did come out in the brand new Season 4 update. And I'm going to be honest, I think Season 4, in terms of all the content that we've got, actually looks pretty good. I mean, there's a 1-shot to the zombie on tier 2, 3-shot, 4-shot. Yeah, it's not looking super strong in the tier 2 zone. So, let's just tier 1 pack-a-punch it. It's not even going to take us up to 10 bullets, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. We are not getting 10 bullets out of this. We're not even 1-shot in the tier 3 zombies yet. This isn't looking too powerful at the moment, but we're going to be all right. We should be okay here. We'll just carry on grinding away if I can actually hit my shots. But like I said, so far with Season 4, it's actually looking like a very good season update. I know, of course, we don't actually have much zombies content, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping for a bit more zombies content, but we knew we weren't really getting too much in terms of zombies content, so it kind of is what it is, unfortunately. But like I say, in terms of actual multiplayer content, Warzone content, new weapons being added, we've actually got quite a decent bit of content. And this car is feeling very inconsistent. I'm 3-shotting some zombies to the head and then 1-shotting others to the head. I'm not too sure why that is. If I'm totally honest, I really don't know why that is. But if we tier 2 pack-a-punch it now, try and see if tier 2 is going to make a bit of a difference to the weapon, which we can hope that it is. I mean, having Deadshot is definitely going to help. That's definitely a perk that I'm going to need at some point down the line. But I will say pack-a-punching dramatically increases the reload speed on this. But like even there, I don't really know. I really don't know what's going on with this gun. It doesn't feel super consistent. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to expect in zombies. I didn't know if I was expecting it to be ridiculously broken, you know, or not so broken. I really did not know what to expect. And it is quite a high damage class. It's got a little bit of ADS speed, but it is also kind of built for a good bit of damage. So I'm a little bit disappointed that it's not as powerful as I was hoping it was going to be. But like I said, we've still got legendary tools to put on. We've still got tier 3 pack-a-punch to put on. You know, we've still got a fair few upgrades to do to this gun. And of course, it does always help if I can hit my shots. But it kind of looks like in the tier 2 zone, we're 1-shotting the regular zombies majority of the time. Like I say, it's a little bit inconsistent. We're not 1-shotting every zombie, but some of them are getting 1-shotted. I don't really know why that's the case, but, you know, we're going to keep grinding away. We're going to keep using the gun and probably make our way towards that tier 3 zone and start testing it over there now, just see how it's going to get on in the tier 3. Of course, in Season 4, we've got a whole bunch of events. Obviously, we've got a couple of events that are out right now. There's a whole bunch of Warzone rewards that you guys can go ahead and unlock if you want to check that video out. I think it's called like 4 brand new secret camos in Modern Warfare 3. If you want to go check that out, there are 4 brand new camos that are available in Warzone that are pretty cool. Apparently, we've got a bunch of events. We should have a Black Ops 6 reveal event at some point within Season 4. So Season 4 is going to be stacked with content. Unfortunately, just not for zombies. The only thing we're getting is that unstable rift. But I'm going to go ahead and fully max out the gun now. So it is tier 3 pack-a-punch, legendary Aether tool, and this is the best version of the car that we can get. Like I said, there might be a little bit of a stronger class out there. I'm really not too sure. I will maybe test out some different classes, and if I do find a broken class, then I will definitely make another video on it so you guys can get the broken class. But, I mean, now with the tier 2 zombies, we should be kind of popping them pretty quickly. But even then, we're still not taking down those armored zombies in 1 shot, which is a little bit more disappointing than I thought, to be honest. I thought we might be able to actually take out these tier 2 zombies in a 1-shot. So it's not filling me with a bunch of confidence for the tier 3 zone, especially against some of the armored zombies. But we'll see how we get on. I mean, I really don't know how we are going to get on. So there's a 1-shot headshot to the tier 3. Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to be... it's not... I don't know. I really don't know as of right now. I don't know. I don't want to say it's broken. I don't want to say it's not broken, because when we're hitting critical shots, it is 2-shot in the armored zombies. So maybe if we can test a regular zombie Looks like it still might be a 2-shot. So 2-shot does seem to be the sort of vibe that this car is definitely giving. Which, you know, isn't horrendous, but when you're using something as strong as I suppose it's not a sniper rifle, though it is actually a marksman rifle, so it's technically not going to have that sniper rifle damage. But as you see, we took out 2 zombies there with that 1 bullet, which isn't too bad. Definitely need to get my hands on Speed Cola. Probably need to get my hands on a few other perks. Like I said, I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't actually bring in Mags of Holding, because Mags of Holding could have definitely made a nice difference to this gun, because I think that's maybe where this is struggling, is the fact that it is just a lot of reloading with this gun. We don't even have, of course, have 5 bullets in each magazine, so not moving too fast. Don't really want to try and take on a Mega Abomination just yet. I want to try and get some of those perks that we did just mention, so let me make my way to a perk machine down here, and we can just grab some of those that we need. So like I said, Speed Cola and Deadshot are probably the 2 that I want to make sure that I do get, simply because Deadshot is obviously going to hit those headshots, and yeah, then we can sort of go PhD flopper, I guess. I don't have enough cash, I don't think. So yeah, I mean, here we are. 1 shot on that zombie there. I don't know, it seems, like I said, it's a pretty inconsistent weapon, it seems. So there is a Mega Abomination here. Let me see if I can help do any damage to a Mega Abomination. Of course, with the insta-kill coming up, it's going to make it much easier. I definitely should have bought Mags of Holding. I'm really annoyed with myself that I forgot to bring in Mags of Holding. So, you know, it would have been a lot better with Mags of Holding, I think. But it's not the end of the world. We're just still going to be able to do decent damage. Like I said, just that reload speed needs to be a little bit faster. But Speed Cola is, of course, helping with that. You can now see the reload speed if I do just do it. Yeah, really not a bad reload speed, in all honesty. But hopefully now we can start taking on some high-value targets, some Mega Abominations and things like that, and seeing what this gun's going to do against the bosses, because just because it's not the super strongest against the zombies really does not mean it is going to be the worst against the bosses. You know, some of these sniper rifles that we use are sometimes a lot bit better against bosses than what they are against normal zombies. So I will see if I can find any boss zombies, high-value targets, any of that sort of stuff, and just see how it gets on. So we've got a Mangler down in front of us. Let's try and hit a headshot on that, see if we can actually do any sort of decent damage to a Mangler, which it looks like it might do, actually, low-key. It looks like it might do a decent bit of damage to those bosses. Then we hit a Disciple headshot, another one. Yeah, it looks like against the bosses, it low-key looks like it's going to do a decent little bit of damage. I low-key want to try and run off and find a boss zombie by myself and just see what it's going to do against one of those without anyone else shooting at it. Speaking of, there is a Mangler here. There is a dog on it, of course, but I can't work out if this is actually doing good damage. I don't think it's as good a damage as I was kind of hoping, unfortunately, which I am actually really disappointed in. I was really hoping the car was going to be a lot stronger, so it could be like a pretty usable gun, because you look at some of the snipers, the way they take down some of the bosses, they like, I think it's the XRK that literally 3 shots Mega Abominations and things like that, whereas this just doesn't really seem super strong, unfortunately. I don't know, it does seem to do a decent bit of damage. Like I said, I don't know if it's the dogs doing the damage, if it's the other players doing the damage. I really just can't work it out, if I'm totally honest. Let me see what sort of damage I can do to this Disciple. Decent bit of damage there. Yeah, it does seem to be doing a decent bit of damage on the boss zombies. Like I say, the regular zombies is just where it seems to struggle for some reason. I don't really know why. I mean, that's what, 4 shots into the Mangler. It's, I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I can't work out if it's doing good damage or if it's not doing good damage, which is kind of the annoying thing about this. And I mean, I unfortunately don't think it's actually that strong. I mean, again, it could be the build that I've got on it. There might be like a ridiculously broken build out there for this thing, but I don't know. It's not seeming like that is going to be the case, if I'm totally honest with you guys. The one thing I will say is it actually has pretty nice hip fire on it, if I'm totally honest. It's like got a really nice accurate hip fire, which does make a big difference when you're using something like a sniper, because when the zombies do get close, if you need to pull out a hip fire, you quite easily can, and it is going to do some decent damage to those zombies that are around. But like I say, I kind of just was hoping for a little bit more damage out of this car. It doesn't really feel like it is that strong against much, but we're going to carry on testing it out anyway. Just because it's not been good so far and not felt super broken doesn't mean it's not gonna, you know, it doesn't mean I've fully tested it. It doesn't mean we've given it the best test possible. So we are going to keep running around, seeing what other sort of contracts and stuff we can get up to, because of course we want to use the entirety of the game to make sure we can actually work out the best possible action to play with this gun, if that makes sense. But it's also my first game of zombies since Season 4 did drop, so I'd be interested to see if there's like any increase in the loot, you know, any sort of tier 3 contract loot increase or anything like that. We'll have to have a little look, see how it does play out. Like I say, just really wish I had managed to bring in Mags of Holding, because I feel like that would have made a nice little difference to this gun. But it's not the end of the world. There's a Mimic down here. Let me see if I can pop the Mimic, get his attention to come over here. see how quickly we can take down a Mimic. Let's take out some of these that are near us. I need to be careful here that I don't end up going down. Okay. Just chill. Pop a quick reload, turn around, carry on fighting that Mimic. I mean, it's definitely not doing crazy damage to the bosses, is it? It's not like some of the other snipers that we've got in this game that just basically instantly drop them. So, unfortunately, that's just not going to be the case with this marksman rifle or the KAR98K, which I was really hoping it was just going to be really broken. Like, I was just hoping that the KAR of all guns was just going to be the broken zombies weapon to use, and it's just going to be really, really fun. But I mean, it's not looking like it, unfortunately. But again, I could maybe have a better build on it. There could be a stronger build that I'm just not using. I don't know. Like I said, I'll keep my eyes peeled for a stronger build, see if I can find one that could potentially become better for me to use in zombies, and then we can go ahead and try that out as well if this one doesn't seem to be the best. Because I think that happened with me with the Moors when I first tried that one out. There was people using the Moors saying it was ridiculously broken, and when I tried it, it just really didn't feel that great. But I don't know if people were capping, because I never went back and tried it again. But I mean, the KAR doesn't feel horrendous. It just definitely doesn't feel like one of the better guns in the game. Like, there are definitely stronger guns. Honestly, I don't think I'd even want to take this thing into the Dark Aether Zone. It's struggling in tier 3. It's really not going to do very well in the Dark Aether Zone. I can already tell you that. Because if a gun's struggling in tier 3, it's just not going to be good enough in the Dark Aether Zone, unfortunately. You can usually tell, because if a gun's absolutely flying in tier 3, then it's going to do a good job in the Dark Aether Zone. But if it struggles in tier 3, it's not going to be any good in that Dark Aether Zone, unfortunately. So we're just going to play out the rest of tier 3, see if we can get any bounty contracts, anything like that done. If we can, great. If not, then, I mean, we'll just see what we can end up testing the gun against. But tier 3 zombie, as you can see, it is going to be just, unfortunately, a 2-shot. I don't know what the damage is going to be like if we start shooting through zombies, if that makes sense. Like, if I shoot through that zombie, do we do damage to the one in the back? Low-key looks like we might. So you might have a little bit of collateral damage with this gun, which could be a little bit of a saving grace for it, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, guys, it just doesn't seem like the KAR is going to be the most broken gun in zombies, which I was really hoping it was going to be pretty usable and pretty good. We do have a high-value target Mega Abomination here, though, so we are going to go ahead, test this out against that, see what sort of damage it's going to do. You never know. We might start popping Mega Abomination's heads in 1 or 2 shots. You just don't know until you try it. So that is exactly what we're going to do now. We're going to run over in that direction, try it, see how we get on against a Mega Abomination high-value target. And of course, we do also have the new Super Ice 46, I believe it is, that is in the new season update as well. So I would, of course, be testing that out for you guys, probably in tomorrow's video. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you do want to see how that gets on. Here we go. We have got a Mega Abomination. Let's fire its lasers, see what sort of damage we can do to its heads. Yeah. Wow. So far, really not that impressive. I think we might have done the smallest little bit of HP damage to it that I have ever seen, if I'm totally honest, which... I don't know, I was hoping, guys, that maybe, just maybe, this might have done some sort of damage to Mega Abominations, but even when we were hitting critical shots in the, when it had its mouth open with the lasers, it wasn't doing anything too crazy. So, unfortunately, guys, I just don't think the KAR's going to be it. I mean, I am going to keep testing it out, like I said, but it's not looking like it's going to be anything amazing. Again, we'll get round for these lasers to go, and my teammates have popped their head, which is fine. We can just keep spraying at it, I guess, just seeing what sort of damage we can actually do. There is another Mega Abomination rolling in, which isn't exactly ideal. But, I mean, even then, when we target that Mega Abomination, I hit 2 shots with its mouth open. And, I mean, you saw the sort of damage it was doing. It really was not anything. It wasn't anything to write home about. It really wasn't. Whereas you see with some of the other snipers, some of the other better guns in this game, they do some serious damage. And this just isn't going to be competing with any of the great guns, is it? I mean, we are finally going to get the Mega Abomination down. I really don't think I was the one that done too much damage to it, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We're going to keep using it a little bit more. Just see if we can find anything that it might be good at. Because we don't want to write the gun off too early, of course. But, I mean, so far, it's just not looking that great, is it? I mean, we've tried it against zombies. We've tried it against high-value targets. We've tried it against the bosses like the Manglers, the Mimics, and the Disciples. And it's yet to do anything special. So I don't really know what else we could even test this thing on that it could end up being useful on. I really, really do not know. So like I said, I was really just hoping that KAR was going to be really, really nice, but unfortunately, guys, I just do not think that is going to be the case. I mean, if you guys do end up using it and you find a really strong class, please do let me know the class in the comments below, because I would love to go ahead and use this gun again with a more broken class setup than what this is giving me, because so far this really isn't doing that great for me, which is really unfortunate. I was really hoping it was going to do really, really nice damage in this game. I really thought maybe we would have a little bit of luck with the car doing some crazy damage, but it's just not looking like that's going to be the case, unfortunately. So we've got another high value target, Mega Abomination. We're of course going to make our way over there once again and see if we get any improved damage from last time, but it's just not looking like that is going to be the case, unfortunately. So the Mega Abomination should just be waiting for us just around this corner, which it is indeed doing. And I don't really know the best way to optimize using this car. Like, I really don't know what is the best strategy, whether we just keep spraying at it, whether we're trying to hit those critical shots, because, I mean, whatever we're doing with it just doesn't seem to be doing anything of any note, really. There's no crazy damage being done to this Mega Abomination. Why it's just focusing me so heavy, I don't know, but I am completely out of plates. I have nothing going for me right now, and really not in a great spot. I mean, especially when we're using this gun, which, oh man, I don't want to be the one sat here saying the car's not good, because I absolutely love the car. Since COD 4 I've enjoyed using the car. Like, it's just been that gun that's been just fun to use all the time. It's always been a good gun in every COD you've ever used it in. And unfortunately for zombies, it doesn't look like it's going to be that. I know it's good in Warzone and I know it's good in multiplayer, but unfortunately for zombies, it just isn't any good. And I don't know why, because it, like I say, it is literally good in every other game mode. So unfortunately, it's not looking like the car's going to be any good against anything. So I might just end up finishing today's video here, guys. Like, in tier 2, if you had it tier 3 pack-a-punch, you're going to do decent damage with it, of course. But once you start getting to the tier 3 and even the Dark Aether zones, this gun just isn't gonna, it's just not gonna be good enough, unfortunately, which I was really hoping it was gonna be. But I think I might just end up leaving today's video here, because we tested it against high value targets, we've tested it against regular bosses, we've sort of tested it against everything, and it just doesn't do good damage. It's just not good. Like, it doesn't even one-shot tier 3 zombies, which really doesn't make sense. Like, if we just line this headshot up, it's just not, it's really just not good enough. I'm gonna be totally honest. We've got a light armored zombie. One shot doesn't even break the armor. Yeah, I mean, this just isn't it, guys. Unfortunately, this KAR98K is just not the gun to use in zombies. I would really love to sit here and tell you that this is the gun to use. I really, really would. Don't get me wrong. Like, even there, we can't even one-shot a regular zombie, let alone some of the bosses within this game. It's just, it just doesn't do good enough damage, unfortunately. Like I say, I don't want to be the one to sit here and say that the car's not very good, because I don't feel right in myself saying that the car isn't any good, because the car should always be good. The car is the car. It should always be good no matter what you're playing in. But unfortunately, in zombies, it's just not. And there's nothing we can really do about that. Like I said, if you guys do stumble across a class that's got crazy good damage that, you know, maybe does get better against the bosses or starts dropping zombies with one-shots, then go ahead and let me know in the comments below, because if that is the case, I will definitely go ahead, run it back, try it out yet again, and just see how it does get on. But even if we look at this Disciple really quick, we'll see what sort of damage we can do. Like, there's no one else around but me and this Disciple, and, I mean, he just rolled up, but we just weren't doing good damage. It's just, I just don't know what to say, unfortunately. The sniper just isn't it, and I really, really, really wanted it to be. But like I said, if you do find a good class for it, and it is actually pretty good, I'm just using the wrong class, then please let me know in the comments. I would love to be stood corrected on this one. I would love to be wrong, and there is a class out there where this gun just does absolutely insane damage. Like, I would absolutely love to, I would love that. If you want to see the class that I'm using, guys, it is on screen right now, so you guys can go ahead and copy it. And I know I'm cutting this video a little bit shorter than what I normally do, but like I said, there's a couple of new guns and aftermarket parts that I also do want to try out in zombies. So I'm going to go ahead, jump off right about now, and leave you guys with the fact that, unfortunately, the car just wasn't good unless you guys have an amazing class up for it. But I am going to leave the rest of today's video there, and I'm going to go ahead and make those other videos on the other guns. So make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on so don't miss the videos on those other weapons, which should be dropping within the next day after this one, and the day after, I should imagine. We've got an aftermarket part, and obviously, of course, that new SMG as well. So definitely make sure you're keeping your eyes peeled for both of those. Make sure you got notifications turned on so don't miss when they do go up. If you have enjoyed today's video, please do smash a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on the car in the comments below. And like I said, if you guys do have a better weapon to use or a better class setup to use on the car, please do let me know, and I will go ahead and try it out as soon as possible. But I do appreciate all you guys that have stayed all the way to the end of today's video. You guys are the absolute goats. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.